Good morning, guys. Today we've got a regular day of golf with Jen, but I thought I'd also answer some of the questions that I have not answered yet. Previously, you guys asked this question, so I hope I answer something that you've asked today. So the first question I wanted to answer is, you guys asked me what's the worst and best part of my game. I would say the best part of my game is my short game, and for the longest time I never had an answer to this question. So it was kind of almost like confidence boosting when I went to see a short game coach and he told me that my putting was really good, my chipping was really good. Basically my short game is there. The worst part, I don't think I would say there's a worst part. I would say there's one part that I need to improve, which you guys know, is that I would like to gain more distance, just because I think that if I gain more distance, I'm going to be able to get it closer to the pin, which is obviously what we all want to do. One thing I would say though, if you don't know what your strong point of your game is, you should find out. You should know your weak point as well, so it's something that you can work on. But knowing your strong point just gives you an extra bit of confidence, and with golf, confidence is so important. So if you don't know what your strong point is, find out. If you don't think you have one, work on something that you want to be your strong point until it becomes your strong point.
Now where's the water?
So the second question that you guys asked is, how often do I change gloves? So usually, because I wear these FootJoy gloves, they are leather. So after a while, you can see they start turning black. And once they turn black, they kind of get slippery. So for me, it's pretty obvious when I need to change them. I start to feel them getting slippery, and this one is almost past its time. I will definitely be wearing new gloves when I'm playing a tournament, but the way that I do it is I actually open it during the practice round, because I feel like the glove does need a round just to get like stretched out a little bit, which is what I like. So I do not ever wear it on the first day of the tournament, but always on the practice round. Wow, so pretty. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful golf course. Stay away.
Sorry, Jen. No, my ball, I realized my shadow was in your way.
The next question you guys asked is, what is one golf course that I would love to play at? And I would definitely say Augusta. And I don't think you need a reason as to why you want to play Augusta. But I think for me, I've just grown up in courses which have a lot of trees. So tree-lined golf courses are a lot more attractive to me than, like, say, desert or beach golf courses. So, and I just think Augusta is super pretty. It's the site of a major. Who doesn't want to play there, right?
Yeah, I mean, that really broke us again. Yeah.
Next question is, what do I look for when I'm hiring a caddy? To be honest, I've never had the privilege of having a caddy that actually knows my game, that is able to help me. So I think that, for instance, my dad is right now the best caddy because he knows how I play, he knows my personality. But if I were to hire a random caddy, I would literally want someone that doesn't say anything, just carries my bag, cleans the ball and stuff like that, because I feel like I know my own game, and if the caddy doesn't know my game, whatever he says is not going to help me. So I feel like right now, personally, I would just find a caddy that does not want to say anything and does not want to control my game. And most importantly, it's like when you hit a bad shot, don't give attitude. Like, that is the worst thing you can do it to a player. It's like they don't want to hit bad shots. Golf is important to us, so when we hit a bad shot, we feel bad enough. And the caddy, when the caddy goes and like sighs and like tells us like, oh, why did you hit that shot, it does not help us at all. I also hope I make it clear that it's not like I'm trying to downplay the role of a caddy. A caddy can really impact and influence your game positively. It's just that I think that because when we're playing, like for instance, when I play in China and Taiwan, we take local caddies who have never seen us play. They don't follow us for all 4 rounds. So it's like they have no idea anything about us. So when I go to Taiwan, I do ask caddies sometimes for green breaks, because Taiwan golf course has very interesting greens. But other than that, I think like things like distance and stuff like that on a big tour, like LPGA players, PGA players, they definitely would rely on the caddy. But for me, I just have not had the privilege of doing that. But I definitely think that caddies are very important. Just based on my experience right now, I would just definitely take a caddy that doesn't negatively affect my game. Wow, that's quite fast. Another question you guys asked, which I thought could be quite funny but also is quite important to know how to deal with, is how to deal with annoying playing partners. And you know, like when you're on tour, you play with different people all the time, and don't get me wrong, there's so many amazing people on tour. It's just that sometimes people, not everybody is as amazing. There's always like, you know, that one rotten apple, but you don't want to let the one rotten apple affect you and affect or influence your view on the rest of the tour, because it's just one person. It has no relevance to, you know, anybody else on the tour. But when you are faced with a player like that, I think all you have to do is really focus on yourself. You can't control them. All you can do is control yourself and make sure that you're focusing on yourself, on your game. The worst part is sometimes, like personally my experience, is when people are playing really slow, you know, really slow players, and when you're already like on the clock and they still play slow. For me personally, I just will try to speed up, because it's like, well, what do you expect me to do? We're already on the clock, and it's not just one person's on the clock, it's the entire group. So, and you know, they don't care, they just continue playing slow. I think that is the worst kind, because it can really negatively impact your game and make you not enjoy yourself. So I think the best thing you have to do is really just focus on yourself, focus on your game, because that's all you can control. One of the other questions was, what is one rule in golf that I would change? And if I was talking about like pre-existing rules, like rules that actually exist, it would be certain drops. Like, I don't understand how in certain situations you have to drop on a cart path and then drop, like, you know, drop multiple times and then only place your ball. I feel like that should just warrant an immediate place. If not, I would say when balls are in the divot in the center of the fairway, I would give people a free clean and place, because it's so annoying to get like not rewarded when you hit a perfect shot. If I could choose a mentor, anybody on the PGA or LPGA, who would I choose? 100% Tiger Woods. I mean, I feel like I just would have so many questions for him. I mean, he's Tiger Woods. Like, I think that explains it itself. Tiger Woods, why would you not want Tiger Woods to be your mentor? He's been the #1 in the world for, like, he's a legend, right? So although I feel like it might be a little bit unrelatable because he is Tiger Woods and there's gonna only be one Tiger Woods in the world, I feel like you can learn so much, especially from like the mental game aspect, because when he was at his peak, that was his strong point, his mental game.
That break? Nice.
Other questions you guys asked, which I really liked, was what I've learned on tour. And I think this is such an interesting question, but I think the biggest thing that I've learned on tour is that you can't do it alone. Like when I played in Korea, it was so obvious that everybody had their own role to play. Like each player had a whole team and everybody did their own part, and all the player had to do was focus on playing golf. And that's really what you need. Like right now, I mean, obviously that is like once you've reached a certain level, then you're able to do that, you're able to bring a team around. But like right now, people like me, people who are not yet up there yet, we do everything. So we are our manager, we are our caddy, we are our player, we are everything. So I definitely believe that it does make a difference once you have a team, and that is obviously my goal, to have a team that can support me so that I'm able to just focus on playing golf. And because that's what I'm here to do. My job should be to play golf, and I'm really looking forward to the day where I can just do that. Disgusting. The next question I wanted to answer is, what would it take to make it on the tour, on the LPGA tour? Honestly, I think it's a combination of so many things. It's having that team that I talked about, it's having the money, it's having the opportunity, it's having the game, and it's having luck. It's a combination of so many things, and people don't realize how hard it is to get on tour, and not only get on tour but stay on tour. So it is a very difficult life. It's definitely not easy. Anybody who thinks it's easy definitely has never played golf before. But yeah, it's something that I really hope to be able to do, because I just hope to be able to do what I love, inspire other people. That would be my dream. So scared that this is going to be very fast. Wasn't that fast.
Sorry.
No, I thought you were going to fall.
I thought you were going in.
Yeah,
was
me
like,
too.
Oh God, what happened?
I dropped my ball.
Very nice. Nice.
Look at how interesting looking that looks. Wow. I think today's game perfectly described what I talked the other day about having the importance of having good iron shots into the green. Like, I hit a lot of greens today. It wasn't like super near, but my putting was really bad today. I feel like my short game was just not good today. Didn't get the right feel. But even then, I still just made a lot of pars. So when you're hitting the greens, you know, you're just giving yourself better chances. If you don't even hit the greens, you don't even get a chance. And if I was hitting bad and putting bad and chipping bad today, I would have shot like freaking 80. So yeah. So that's it for today's episode. I hope you guys had fun. It was quite a boring round of golf, if you can say that. I mean, it was interesting, but it was a lot of pars, so it was boring technically. But yeah, I hope you guys had fun. Don't forget to click on the like button if you guys enjoyed that video and subscribe to my channel for more Golf with Jen.